Originally built in 1803, Clergy Hall served as the parsonage for nearby Hopewell Kiawe Church, now known as Old Stone Presbyterian Church. Floride Banu Calhoun, John C. Calhoun's mother-in-law, purchased the 600-acre property, and not only did she expand the structure, but she renamed the structure to now what is known as Fort Hill. In total, 10 rooms were added to the structure, and additional acreage was purchased by John C. Calhoun. Unfortunately, in 1850, John C. Calhoun passed away and gave the 1,341 acres of land to his wife, Floride. When she passed in 1866, she gave the property to her only surviving child, Anna Maria Calhoun, who was married to Thomas Green Clemson. African Americans were a driving vital force in the operation of Fort Hill. Like many Southern planters, Calhoun and Clemson raised cotton as a cash crop using enslaved African American laborers. The Calhouns and Clemsons also owned skilled workers such as gardeners, seamstresses, and carpenters to help maintain the plantation. Most of enslaved laborers at Fort Hill are never mentioned in surviving written records, which leaves many unanswered questions about the history of Fort Hill's slave lives. In 1875, Anna Maria Calhoun Clemson died. Thomas Clemson worked with 2 attorneys to create his dream, which became Clemson University. Through a succession of Calhoun Clemson women, Fort Hill would come into Thomas Green Clemson's possession. In 1888, Clemson bequeathed 3/4 of the Fort Hill plantation and $80,000 to the state of South Carolina for the establishment of a public, scientific, and agricultural college. Unfortunately, on April 6th in 1888, Thomas Clemson passed away. He willed that Fort Hill shall always be open for the inspection of others. Today, Fort Hill is just as Thomas Clemson dreamed. It is preserved, restored, and open to the public, not only for the Clemson community, but for others. Fort Hill is a rich part of Clemson history. Not only does this historic property preserve the parts of campus that played a role in shaping our collective past, but also helps bridge our past to the future.